All right. So we're going to be doing some legit stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
Some more soprano stuff. Kind of getting all those stylings and things warmed up. Let's go like this first. Let's do some vocalizing. Creaky. It's a little one of the first things you've done this morning. So actually, let's just do a little stretching and kind of breathing. So we're just doing yoga forward bend, and so you can keep your legs a little apart, knees apart, and you're just gonna kind of fold yourself down really slowly. We've done this before, obviously. Get to a nice stopping point. And I'm going to come up and just walk you through the exercise. Shake out your arms, shake out your hands, shake out your shoulders. Make sure your neck isn't grabbing on to anything. And now just get to a nice spot of steady breathing. And as you're doing this, on the breath in, you're kind of feeling the expansion in your lower back. And on the breath out, you're releasing any tension from your lower back. On the breath in, you're feeling expansion, a little pressure in your lower back. On the way out, the tension is being released from your face, from your forehead. On the breath in, you're feeling your ribs and your mid-back expand and stretch. Maybe some bones might crack. On the breath out, again, releasing any tension from your shoulders. On the breath in, feeling expansion in your mid-back. On the breath out, releasing any tension that you might be experiencing. It's early morning. It's a little dreary outside. On the breath in, feeling the expansion between your scapulas, your shoulder blades. On the breath out, releasing tension. One more time, breath in, scapulas, and whenever you're ready, just slowly kind of stand up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Cool. How do you feel?
Good.
Good. Sleepy?
Awake now.
Awake. Good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that helped a lot.
Yeah. So just kind of getting the blood flowing, getting your breath centered a little bit, getting things stretched out. So let's actually just do this. Isn't this another easy sort of situation? On an ooh, you're just doing octave slides, and you're going. times and we'll talk about it. Awesome. Awesome. So, sliding beautifully. Ooh is a very head-friendly vowel. Make sure your tongue is nice and easy. Because the exercise is so easy, it gives us an opportunity to really concentrate on alignment, on our breath, making sure things are just working nice and easy. And the tough part, but also good thing about slides is that they're very unforgiving in that we can hear if there's a little something funky going on and we can kind of address it. So, cool. Make sure your ears are lined above your shoulders. There you go. A little mucus in there. Highest here, nice and easy. Good. Nice. Good. Awesome. How's everything feel? Anything good? Anything bad?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, some just general morning mucusy stuff.
Yeah.
Getting worked out. It's that time of year when everyone's kind of battling
Yeah.
something or other. Cool. Let's do Ku, K-U. Done this many times before, just keeping it nice and easy. Cool, and as we start getting up to this next passaggio here, our body is going to say, hey, we need to adjust, we need to do something, and we're going to actually fight that urge, and we're going to think about being quieter. We're trying to get lots and lots of flexibility here, lots and lots of agility, lots and lots of stretch. So fight that urge, keep those lips really puckered forward. And easy airflow. We're getting to that squeaky area. Can you just do ooh, ooh, ooh? I like that better for now. Awesome. Can you just massage under your tongue here? What I appreciate about you in this exercise is you've always been just very willing and able to just let it be. You're never one just to, force it. Tiny quiet. Nice. Beautiful. Awesome. Beautiful. Clear eyes. Let's go there. Watch your abs. Make sure they aren't flexing. Yeah, we're allowing the flexibility to be there. Back down. Beautiful. Awesome. How's that feel?
Good. I was clenching my abs the entire time though, until you said something.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, let's go like this. Just actually on an O, you're just gonna do some slides, and I just want you to monitor your abs, just to kind of like put your focus there and go, oh. Registration doesn't necessarily matter. It's just that we want to start kind of disconnecting, like, oh, I'm making sounds, so I'm squeezing the abs. We don't want that, right?
Mhm.
So do that. Yeah, one more time. Awesome. One more time. Cool. How's that feel?
Good.
Good. You've always been a good breather, so just little reminders. We all need little things to get us back in line. Let's do some more mixy stuff, and then we'll do some more soprano-y stuff.
Okay.
So when we're warming up our voice, we have kind of two different sort of situations. We want to hit all the spots, just like if we're in the gym or something, like no matter what activity we're doing, we want to make sure that everything is stretched out, we've kind of hit all the spots, and then we do specific, in this case, vocal exercises or physical exercises for whatever, genre or thing we're doing. So, let's do a little bit of that. Bwib, B-W-I-B, try it a couple times. Bwib, 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 bwib.
Whip, 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 whip.
Awesome.
Whip, 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 whip. Whip, 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 whip. Whip, 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 whip.
Cool. How's all this feel so far?
So far, so good.
Cool. So what are we doing? The B is giving us, this is a mixed voice exercise, trying to get a little mass in our vocal folds. So the B is giving you some adduction or compression. Vocal folds are coming together. The W is relaxing your larynx a little bit. As we go high in our chest voice, in our mixed voice, what tends to happen, our larynx tends to get really high and tight. The W is kind of an ooh, and it's stabilizing our larynx. The I vowel is a headier vowel, which gives us some flexibility. So, whip, 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 whip.
Whip, 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 whip.
Can you just put your hand right here on your solar plexus to make sure it is not flexing? Can you flex for me?
Yeah.
There you go. Feel that kind of pulse out there?
Yeah.
Whip, 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 whip.
Whip, 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 whip. Whip, 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 whip. Whip, 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 whip. Whip, 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 whip. Whip, 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 whip. Whip, 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 whip. Whip, 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 whip.
Just a little more chest voice on that top one.
Whip, 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 whip.
And back down.
Whip, 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 whip. Whip, 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 whip.
Nice.
Whip, 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 whip. Whip, 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 whip.
How's all that?
Good.
Cool. Really nice. Very even. The breath flow is steady. How was it kind of monitoring? Do you feel like it was still squeezing quite a bit?
Wasn't every time, but it was kind of, it was surprising because it was a little more, like random. I thought it would be like if I was doing it, I thought it would be like a constant thing, or as I went up, but it was kind of just like once or twice I felt it and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, when we have kind of, strong starts or staccato or things like that, the tendency basically for all singers is for us to kind of like blast that air out. We have to find that balance between making sure it's kind of clean and staccato and like punched a little bit, if that's what the song or the exercise calls for, and making sure we're also not just blib, 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 blib.
Yeah.
We need to have that stop and start, and so there is going to be, just like a mini pulse there, and so it's all about finding the balance of, are things happening because that's the nature of the exercise, or are things happening because I'm squeezing or
them.
exactly, and that's the great part about singing. It's not about being perfect. It's about let me try this, and then we kind of shape it and we see what works and figure it out. So, cool. Okay, let's do on and as in wood. We're gonna go like this. In your head voice. And can you make sure your ears are lined up? You're getting a little jetty there. Awesome. Relax your jaw a little bit. Nice. One more, and then we're gonna go back down. Good. How's all this feel?
Good. I feel like I'm losing the vowel a little though as I go higher.
You are a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's think about shaping the vowel with your lips. So you can still, you can relax your jaw a little bit down, but your lips can round forward to make that sound. So what are we doing here? Obviously head voice. In head voice, our vocal folds are lengthened, a little more thin. When it comes to this, so we're going for flexibility, stretch, but with the slide, we're getting ultimate flexibility, and really what we're trying to do is maintain that strength, that tone, that color, that resonance throughout every single pitch, and make sure everything is really, really clean, so that when we do go to our song, hopefully everything is kind of maintained throughout. It's not always a perfect situation, but we'll figure it out. Cool. How's all that feeling? Questions? Good. Yeah, you sound good. Let's maybe do one or two more things here. Let's get through our passaggio. We're going to change vowels actually. Let's start with an oo. And we're just going to go like this. Let's do it a couple times. We're just doing 8, 5, 3, 1. So, traversing our passaggio, kind of going into, going from head voice range into, chest voice situation. And so, making sure everything is really even when we have specific changing notes. It makes it harder because we have to be really specific, whereas on a slide, we can kind of like feel our way through it a little bit, whereas this, we're gonna find some notes that's like, whoop, that's wonky. Cool? Keep on this ooh, I'll change it here in a second. Oh. Good. Can you give me a little vibrato on that top note? There we go. Can you just like move around the space a little bit, even if it's out of frame, that's fine. On an O, just kind of like move your body a little bit.
That helps a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Freeing things up over here. Awesome. Ears over your shoulders. Ah. Back down. Let's actually go up a few more on an ooh. Can you kind of like throw something? Ooh. Good. And I'll just stay steady and try that. Let's go one more higher. Good. How's everything feeling?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Actually?
It's fun.
Good. Same thing. If you do it on just a quick lip, let's just go. Get rid of some of that tension in your lips. Good. Now.
Oops.
That's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, good. There you go. Awesome. Awesome. And on an ah. Make sure your tongue is forward. Yeah. Kind of give you a little more sound there. Like I said, one more like 5 times ago, but that's fine. Cool. All right, let's do one more thing here. Let's do some scales. Let's actually just do a 5-note pattern 3 times, and let's go. Let's do E, ah. Actually, like this. Try it, and we'll talk. One more. Good. So making sure with these 3 different vowels that we kind of get up here, making sure that we're trying to maintain as much consistency in the airflow, the volume, where we feel the resonance. That makes sense?
Mhm.
Making sure your tongue is forward, jaw really steady here. It's gonna be a little jutty actually. Can you just go ahead? Arch down. Ears over shoulders, kind of a little slumpy there. There you go. Can you walk around a little bit in the space? Good, let's stretch out your neck a little bit. So, let's put your chin, there you go. Chin to your chest. And can you kind of massage these occipitals right here and shake your head slowly, yes? I feel. Going from stretch to contracted all the while, making sure it's nice and loose. Cool. Let's continue on with our exercise. Highest. Let's try to get that connection at the very top. All those are just a little consistent. Think about, the top note is not the end of the phrase, right? And so we get that in our head words. Yeah, cool. And one more try at that, and then we'll head back down. Back down. Make sure those abs are loose. Awesome. How do you feel?
Good.
Good. Just pause this. Cool. All right. So, Far From the Home I Love, Little Fiddler on the Roof, and let's just sing a little bit of it and see what we got.
Okay.
How can I hope to make you understand why I do what I do? Why I must travel to a distant land, far from the home I love?
Did it actually?
Yeah,
You seem
yeah,
unsure.
yeah. I just haven't done it in a long time.
Cool. So, what went well? What didn't go particularly well? Or what could be better?
I feel like I'm running out of breath.
Cool. Yes.
Yeah. And then just, I feel like when I've done this before, I found like a lot more like, clarity in it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Than I have right now.
Yeah.
So those are the two things.
So those two things kind of possibly can go hand in hand.
Okay.
So when we run out of air, there are could be any number of things, but in your case, they're kind of two different things. One, we either just need to focus on our breathing for a second in the song and just remind ourselves, where am I breathing? So that's an easy fix. The other aspect of this is, which goes into the clarity issue. Right now your head voice is just like a tad breathy, which is, fine, but that's gonna give you the feeling of not being as clear as you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it could affect your breath. If we're breathy, we're just kind of like a leaky balloon, and so we're just losing breath. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not whisper singing here. It's like there just a little bit, and it's not, a disaster by any means. Just that could be a factor in it. So, when we have breathiness, or if we don't have clarity of tone, there are two kind of main things here that we need to address. Is it at the glottal level, meaning is it our vocal folds that we need to get to come together just a little better, or is it a resonance issue where we need to kind of clean the resonance up with it a little bit? Generally, it's it could be a combination of things, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But let's try a few different things here. So, let's just work on little phrases at a time. So let's just work on those first 8 bars. How can I hope to make you understand? And can you do a German umlaut? So Ü, so E with U lips. So make it E, E, Ü. Yep, exactly. Make sure your head is kind of lined up here. Ü, Ü. Exactly. So we're just doing this melody on breath. And you don't have to like re-punch each little repeated note. Just kind of, nice and flat. Here we go. 1 and 2 and Thoughts on that? Didn't have to be better, didn't have to be worse.
I felt it kind of creaking out in a good way. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a little gurgliness.
Yeah.
It kind of seems, maybe some mucus or something. I don't know. Let's do it one more time. Yeah.
So
there-
it reminded me that I don't have to sing full force all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. We are in this. So the reason I'm giving you the U, we're kind of doing two different things. The U is giving us, a little more stable larynx. It's a darker vowel, and so it's giving us some helpful, friendly things. The E is also a head-friendly vowel, but it's giving us a little brightness, kind of, which is hopefully changing the resonance a little bit to get clarity of tone. And it's starting to peek through a little bit. Let's try it again. 1, 2, How'd that feel?
Good.
Yeah, that was a lot clearer actually.
Yeah.
Now, let's go to the lyrics and really go. I like this idea of, I don't have to work so hard for this.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Can you just say the lyrics? How can I hope to make you understand why I do what I do, why I must travel to a distant land far from the home I love? You can just speak it as you're speaking a monologue.
How can I hope to make you understand why I do what I do, why I must travel to a distant land far from the home I love?
Can you? Good. Now, can you give me just a little more strength in that sound?
How can I hope to make you understand why I do what I do? Why I must travel to a distant land, far from the home I love.
Cool. So let's sing it, and let's have that same, singing through the phrases. How can I hope to make you sing the sentences? 1 and 2 and
How can I hope to make you understand what I do, what I do?
Yeah.
Why I must travel to a distant land, far from the home I love.
Much better.
Much better.
Yeah. So what did you do? So, if you're practicing at home or wherever and you say, what did we do again? If you're not sure, that's okay too.
Just the reminder that I don't have to
Work so hard.
be singing full force for it to be good, and it sounds better sometimes if you just let it kind of ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it ride. I love that, and just letting it ride on the breath
Yeah.
and not forcing our breath
Yeah.
to happen on just a vowel level. We kind of lined up the melody on that one vowel, the umlaut, and so it gave us that brightness, gave us a little steadiness, gave us some headiness to it, and then hopefully when we transfer to the words, which it took us a couple times, everything kind of lined up nicely. Let's move along. Once I was happily content to be. So you can just kind of keep us on this journey. 1, 2,
Once I was happily content to be as I was, where I was, close to the people who are close to me, here in the home I love. Who could see that a man would come who would change the shape of my dreams? Helpless now I stand with him, watching older dreams grow dim.
Good. Okay. So now with this, so how did that feel? Any thoughts, any feelings, anything?
Felt good, just felt basic.
Cool. So basic meaning like it was just kind of like beige?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna have us do something. Do you can you remember this phrase? Like do you have it memorized? Once I was happily content to be. Can you walk in circles actually and go around this way?
Uh-huh.
And here, let me move this out of the way. And I want you to really have some direction in the movement, like you're thinking, because here in the, connecting it then to the stories, you were talking to your dad, right?
Yeah.
And so you're trying to convince him. He's saying, no, you're not going anywhere, you're too young. And you're saying, no, I'm doing this. So you're
No.
Yeah, and so you were saying, Dad, I love you, but also I'm in love. I'm gonna go with him. And so, have that energy of you are being a little stern with him because you're saying, I'm sorry, Dad, I love you, but I've already made up my mind. So have that energy through it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the phrase is, once I was happily content to be as I was where I was, close to the people who are close to me here in the home I love. So, you go this back and forth of like, I used to be happy, but I still love you, don't worry, So anyway, blah, 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 blah. Sing this phrase and just, if you forget the words, doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Circles and convince me, cool?
Okay.
1 and 2 and
Once I was happily content to be as I was, where I was, close to the people who are close to me, here in the home I love. Who could see that a man would come who would change the shape of my dreams? Helpless now I stand with him, watching older dreams grow dim.
That was lovely. How did that, you can come back over, how did that feel?
Fun. Good.
Good. What there's some energy in the sound, there's some energy in the line. It's very active. Now I'm
Yeah.
gonna do one more thing and then I'll have us stand still singing. I want you, and if you need to take your music with you, I want you to walk, and you can make it in this kind of short little space here, and I want you to change directions with every thought change.
Okay.
Cool? Or tactic, or punctuation, or anything. It's not gonna be perfect, it's fine, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 1.
Wait, from the beginning?
Let's actually do the beginning.
'Kay.
So let's do those two 8-bar
Okay.
sections together. I wanna make you understand. Here we go. 1 and 2 and
How can I hope to make you understand what I do? What I do?
And why I must travel.
Why I must travel to a distant land,
Thought change.
far from the home I love. Once I was happily content to be as I was, where I was, close to the people who are close to me, here in the home I love. Who could see that a man would come who would change the shape of my dreams? Helpless now I stand with him, watching older dreams grow dim.
Lovely. How did that feel?
Good.
Did it actually?
Yeah, like, it was like pushing
Yeah, there's a little
me,
push.
not me pushing, it was like pushing me.
Yeah, exactly. And again, the exercise isn't perfect. It's like, oh, why did I turn there?
Yeah.
That's not the point. You know what I mean? It's just to make sure that we're always active, even if say in the scene you're sitting next to your dad or something, sing to him. Seems like a very inactive thing to do. Sitting next to someone singing. How can I do this on a stage all by myself? Mentally, this is what we're doing. We're changing thoughts, and you're like, and this, and I gotta convince my dad, who's very headstrong, and all of this. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And what's happening is all of these kind of soprano-y sounds are lining up because there's a through thought line, which is lining up the resonance, which is lining up the tone, which is lining up the breath. It's all kind of interconnected. So beautiful. Let's do the whole thing standing now. One more time, and just sing it, and see if we can kind of mentally and emotionally think about, obviously vocally, think about all of these different things we've been kind of talking about, and take stock of where we are. Okay.
How can I hope to make you
Just a little, how can I hope? Just a little more pleading. 2 and 3.
How can I hope to make you understand why I do what I do? Why I must travel to a distant land, far from the home I love. Once I was happily content to be as I was, where I was, close to the people who are close
again, it's not about perfection, it's about, great,
Yeah.
now let's let all this stuff go
Mhm.
and sing through this baby and see what's sticking, what's not sticking, and then we say, okay, great, now that spot is getting funky, let's go back and work that a little bit, or
Okay.
these spots really cleaned up at that one, I wanna work that section, but overall, so improved, so much cleaner, and you're starting to get some really nice emotional connection to it.
Yeah.
So, cool, good work.